Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Demon Truck League. Is qualifying in the practice is all on over. We're going to go ahead and run down our race grid here tonight for the race. It's going to be Mark Robinson Jr. in the number 4, starting on the pole. Kevin Coleman in P number 2. Eddie Baker in P number 3. Jordan Pauly in P number 4. Jeff No in 5th. Gary Smith in 6th. Justin Osterman in 7th. TJ Haley in 8th. Justin Potts in 9th. Chris Zofield running out your top 10. Mike Allen in P number 11. P number 12 is going to be Hunter Bogdan. 13th will be Kerry Cleaver. 14th, Jay Monin. 15th, John Sears Jr. 16th, Mike White. 17th, Bryson Colwell. 18th, Cliff Corvo. 19th, Randy Schuler. 20th, Jeff Lemire. 21st will be Curtis Rogers. 22nd is going to be Charles Whitehead. In 23rd, riding out your 23 car field, is going to be Robert Gillard. Everybody making their pace laps on around here. Bristol, baby, here on CRN. My name is Dylan McDonald for the broadcast here tonight. A lot of newcomers out there on the track. Bristol, one of the blind racetracks on the circuit for a wreck. Pace car is going to go down into pit lane. Driver's going to come up off of turn number 4. Green flag is out this time by as they all go flying by down into turn number 1 and 2 for the first time. Truck's going to be a little bit slippy slidey, getting the cars up and on to the gears. Is already 3 wide. Eddie Baker trying to make it happen up here towards the top, but not going to make it happen that time by. Top side's where you want to be at. That's going to carry the most momentum. So far, so good. 3 laps out of 175. But 175 laps can go by fairly quickly, especially running 14-second lap times throughout this whole entire field. As Eddie Baker looking down to the inside of the number 4, our current pole setter of Mark Robinson Jr. Kevin Coleman able to take the race lead. Jordan Pauly all the way up to P number 2 in that Flow Racing Machine with Gary Smith in P number 3. Eddie Baker still stuck down to that inside. You can see just how much of a run the outside does get. Is Eddie not able to get clear of the number 4 machine. Still going to be side by side for P number 5. Eddie Baker finally going to move up the racetrack. And Mark Robinson Jr. going to kind of move down the racetrack as we have a yellow flag out. And a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and go back to a quick CRN replay, see what happens to the number 8 of Hunter Bogdan going down into turns number 3 and 4. See what happened. I believe it starts with the number 80 machine, maybe, of TJ Handley. Oh, the 29, actually. 29 stepping it on out. He's going to get tagged by the number 80. He's going to turn around facing the opposite way. The 8 is going to go ahead and go around. The 88 is going to be involved. The 69 is going to be involved. And hard of the inside wall goes the number 69. The 8 is going to be able to slow his truck on down, get that thing come to a complete stop. Is Jay Monin able to get on by him? And that's going to bring out our first yellow flag of the night. Comes on lap number 9 out of 175. Just some things to note here. Looking at it now. Gary Smith has passed Justin in the points lead last week. The driver of the number 47, Bryson Colwell, has a special paint scheme here tonight. We'll go ahead and find Mr. Bryson in the number 47. Get a closer up view. Oh, 427 to 2024. Hometown was hit by an EF4 tornado, so thoughts and prayers to everybody in his city currently dealing with that. So definitely want to keep an eye and have our thoughts and prayers to everybody out there near him. Looking at it now, looks like everybody still out there not seeing Mr. Chris Papa. But nonetheless, everybody going to be coming back on up and get back to the green flag racing. First place is going to be Kevin Coleman on that outside. He elected to take the outside lane. Flag is out. Kevin Coleman out to an early jump, but here comes Ryan Jordan Pauly down to the inside. He's going to take over the race lead here in the early goings. The 57 showing some early run speed. Gary Smith trying to take advantage of that as well, not able to get there. As everybody so far so good, as we are now under our next green flag run. Caution, the flag is out. Jeff No getting involved in a incident out here on the racetrack. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to a quick zero and replay, see what happens. I know it involves the 35. Find the 35, Justin Osterman. So he's down low in the Cletus McFarland's Mullet El Camino. I'm gonna slide up right in front of the number 35. Everything's still good to go. Oh, just steps on out, running that inside lane, gets loose right in front of the number 55. Jeff No, hard on the brakes. Just going to be able to tag him just a little bit. Rear end's going to slap the inside wall. They both going down to the inside. Hunter Bogdan having some issues back here. Going to see what happened to the number 8 machine. Rewind this just a little bit. As I believe he gets, the 65 is going to get loose right in front of the number 8. The 8's going to check up. Hits the apron just a little bit. And he's going to tag the number 65. 65 is going to be able to keep it straight and keep on going. Bryson Caldwell going to be involved on that one as well. So not the way a lot of these drivers wanted to start their race here at Bristol. As we go back to the live seat. Jordan Polly electing to take the inside lane. So he's going to bring these drivers back to the green flag. His green flag is back on out, going down to turn number 1 and 2. Jordan Polly with the race lead. He's going to be able to get clear of the number 00. Heading down at turn number 3, he's going to go right to the outside. Run that outside as much as he possibly can. Is Kevin Coleman going to drop all the way back down to P number 3? Jordan Polly now with Gary Smith all over his rear bumper. Gary Smith trying to do what he can to make himself get some laps led here tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody out there who's liked, share, subscribed to CRN. I want to say thank you to everybody out there. Who has participated as well. Looking it down to the inside goes the number 3 machine of Gary Smith, trying to make something happen. So far, going to be pulled alongside the number 57. The 57's got a little bit of rear end damage. Onto that Toyota Tundra, going to slide right back up in front of Gary Smith. Kevin Coleman's got nowhere to go. He's got a fast hot rod. He's trying to make himself get up there. Just not able to do so. Oh, Jordan Polly parking it right on the front bumper of Gary Smith. Gary Smith going to move him up out of the way. Gary Smith move him to the point. Jordan Polly get a little bit loose on that outside. He's going to drop from first all the way down to P number 4. So move to number 3, back up to P number 1. Jordan Polly going to be sitting back there in P number 4. Jordan Polly got the early race lead, but is now sitting in P number 4, about to be under attack from the number 25. Or no, the 25 is not on the lead lap. I apologize there. But it's going to be TJ Hadley back here, P number 5. And what do you know? Robert Gillard up 17 positions from where he has started. He can make it like 23 by the time he gets all the way up to P number 1. He's going to be the biggest mover of the field, but the other biggest mover is going to be the number 51, the Coors Light Machine of Charles Whitehead, as he's making it his way down here to the bottom side of the racetrack. Making it work where he needs to make it work. Charles, he's got a long road ahead of him. Chris Silfield of the number 88 machine trying to put some pressure on him. Just not able to get there. Jordan Polly kind of falling back off the time as we are under our next yellow flag conditions. I believe that was the end of the stage, as I don't see anybody that spun, so I'm going to assume that was the stage end. Going to go ahead and look here, because I know they got announcements. It was not posted. So I'm gonna believe that was the stage break for tonight. So Gary Smith able to get the stage win number 1 here at Bristol. Bryson Colwell going to be able to stick it on out, keep it to the out, and keep that number 47 up towards the front. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Bryson Colwell with the green flag start. He's going to lead these drivers down into the turn number 1 and 2. If I was him, I would have jumped up to that outside. Here comes Gary Smith with a power move on that outside. He's going to take over the lead position. He's going to jump up top. Everybody moving down low to take evasive maneuver. He's the only driver out there on the oldest tires, as everybody else behind him went down a pit lane. Last time Bryson Colwell pit was on lap number 17. Everybody else last pit on lap number 44 at the end of the stage. Oh, almost up into the outside wall. Goes number 47 machine, but able to keep it off over the outside wall. Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby, the last great Coliseum, the world's second fastest half mile. The first world's fastest half mile is going to be Winchester Speedway here in Indiana. As Bristol holds a lot of different races. They got the dirt track races, which they don't do anymore necessarily for the NASCAR race, but they do the U.S. Short Track Nationals that happens early April. My uncle had the privilege of going down there racing in the Brewers Compact Welding Tour Series that whole weekend. But top three are Gary Smith, Eddie Baker, and Kevin Coleman here tonight for the races. 54 laps out of 175 are complete. While these drivers are under green flag conditions here momentarily, we're going to go ahead and turn the mics down, turn the engines up, give you guys our first of the two. You'll love to hear it, so we'll be right back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It looked like we had 2 sets of cautions. I'm going to go ahead and look back at our first of 2 cautions. I believe here Justin Osterman getting involved in this one. We're going to go ahead and look and see what happened in the number 35 machine. Oh, the 80 of TJ Hanley getting caught up. The 7 getting involved. Bringing out that first set of cautions there. Then the next caution was Charles Whitehead and Jeff No getting involved with each other. 51 moving on up. Oh, 51 getting loose, getting into the corner, tagging the number 8 machine. Oh, Jeff No coming to a complete stop and just got caught up in the mix of things. Green flag back on out here, try to make that super quick, but Gary Smith still with race lead. Bicycola up to number 4 still. Up 13 positions, but it's going to be Robert Gillard up 18 positions back here in P number 5, making that middle line work. And it seems like once these cars or these drivers get up to speed and get everything going, that's when the trucks start to step on out on them. As I heard a truck sound like it was going around. No, everybody's going to keep it clean and green. Look up there on the top right corner, you see the track map. Everybody's pretty much nose to tail. Robert Gillard really had to get on the brakes there to keep from running over the number 00 of Kevin Coleman. Bicycola up on that outside lane. Still on that 17 lap old tires. John Sears goes on around. He's going to spin. Green flag still staying out. Going to go ahead and go back and look and see what happened to the number 7 machine real quick. Going into the corner, he's going to go up top. Up top, make it hot. Gets a little bit sideways into the inside wall. No yard sale for the number 7 machine. Still green flag racing. 35, Justin Osterman getting a little bit loose there as we come back to the live scene. Robert Gillard trying to find a way around Justin Potts in the number 38 machine. Trying to make something happen. Is Robert Gillard up, still up 18 positions from where he started. And making it work. Still with number 3 machine of Gary Smith up front with the race lead. He's got Eddie Baker right behind him. I believe these 2 are teammates. So just trying to keep their trucks nose 1 and 2 throughout the field. Everybody trying to do what they can here momentarily. It looks like the 3 going to be able to get around the number 7 machine using the inside. 84 is going to take evasive maneuver. He's going to use the outer lanes. 57, Ryan Polly. Looks like he's having a little bit of issues here. He's going to get ready to go 1 lap down. Jordan Polly, such a strong runner up towards the front here early. Already looking to go 1 lap down, but he's not going to make it easy for these race leaders. He's going to try and fight to stay on the lead lap. He's going to run the exact same line that leader's running all the way up top. Gary Smith going down to the inside to make a pass on the number 57. Doesn't want to get too close to where it takes out both the drivers. But Gary Smith trying to find a way around the number 57. 57 is going to throw a block on the number 3. Not sure what that was all about. Caution flag should be coming out. Caution still not out on the racing surface. Caution flag finally out. In that, yeah, that was, wow. Jordan Polley just not moving. I mean, Gary, we'll just watch it from this whole lap. Like, Gary tries going down low. Jordan keeps it in the middle. Gary's looks low again. Well, now he's running in the middle, trying to set up the pass. Now he definitely looks low, and Jordan just goes down to the low side. I mean, I don't know that. I wouldn't even put that on Gary. I mean, he's the leader, trying to find a way around the number 57, and the 57 just not letting him by. I mean, honestly, the way I look at it is, I would have just let him go on by. There's no point in trying to race the leader like he was, but Gary Smith having to use that fast repair early in this race. Probably not a happy camper in that number 3 machine, as we are under caution one more time. Race control probably going to do a little bit of talking with the number 57 of Jordan Polley, who's currently sitting in a pit lane. See if he's got any damage on that number 57. He does. Getting the tires changed on that number 57 machine. Now he's going to sit in the pit lane and get those damages fixed as much as he possibly can. A tough break for Gary Smith. Dominant truck sitting up front, and it got involved with that driver of the number 57. So out of the 23 that has made the start, Kerry Cleaver, Cliff Corvo, and Chris Zofield, all 3 have taken their trucks behind the shop and are out of the race for the rest of the week. Eddie Baker with the race lead as we went back. Green flag racing. Caution flag out yet again. I'm going to go ahead and look and see what happened here with Curtis Rogers being involved. Let's see, maybe a little bit of looseness coming or going into the corner of the number 65. Going to go ahead and speed it up here until we get to the moment of the caution. 65 getting a little bit loose right in front of the Gary Smith. Does Gary get involved? Yes, he does. Just a little bit of a tap. Gets the truck woed on down. Does he hit him again? We're going to see. Gary Smith does a fantastic. Oh, taps him just one more time. Just a little touch. I'm gonna tag him one more time. Oh, the 1980 getting involved. 3 getting hit. The 4 getting collected. The 25 getting collected. Man, oh man, was that a hoot up there? But it's gonna be the 84 with the race lead here tonight. 74 laps to go for the rest of the race. Eddie Baker elected to take the outside lane. Green flag back out in the air. Eddie Baker getting clear of everybody else. He's going to try to lead this thing from the start of this green flag all the way to the end. see if he just can't go and get it back down and done. Eddie Baker trying to do something, but can't seem to pull one away. Truck's getting a little bit loosey-goosey as the 51 of Charles Whitehead goes on around. No caution flag, but he's going to be slow and up to speed coming up off of the corner. He's going to drop down to the apron. What a smart move there by the number 51 machine. One of the courageous moves. As a lot of other people wouldn't do that. So Charles, if you're out there watching, kudos to you, buddy. Missed running with everybody. But broadcasting is my future. Eddie Baker coming up to Charles Whitehead. Charles Whitehead going to stay down low. Judge Potts going to go around towards the back. No caution flag is going to come out. He's going to get that car spun back on around to get it back going. As Charles Whitehead staying out of the racing groove down to the inside, letting the leaders go on by on the outside. As the 55 Jeff No tag of the wall ever so slightly. TJ Handley back here towards the back. Look at that, Bryson Caldwell right in front of Gary Smith. Gary Smith's going to try to get himself back up towards the top. Gary Smith trying to fight a way around Bryson Caldwell. He's not able to do so just yet. Gary Smith with a little bit of damage. He's going to go down to the inside. He's going to get on around Bryson Caldwell, who is on the same lap tires as Gary Smith. Gary Smith back to the outside. Gary Smith trying to get back up to the front where he was before the moment of his caution. He's got a couple more laps, a couple more drivers to get on through. Truck goes on around. Number 54, Robert Gillard. Caution, the flag is out here tonight, involving Hunter Bogdan and Robert Gillard. Oh, Charles Whitehead. Whoa, what happened here? Hold on. Let's go ahead and back this one on up here. See what happened to the number 51 machine. Got tagged by the number 47. He's going to go on around. Oh, he hit the he broke a tire. Nowhere. Oh, man. Kevin LePage the field. Hunter Bogdan nowhere to go. He's already committed to that outside lane and tagged the 8 machine. Hard hits. Next, we're going to watch it while these guys are on here. Go ahead, stop it. We're going to watch it from the cockpit view, so that way everybody can see exactly what we see. So, depending on what their FOV is, they couldn't see that until they came up off the corner. And man, oh man, what a hit. Luckily, that truck not blown up. He was able to get it down on his own power. Gary Smith getting those tires warmed back up. He's back up to P number 5. And, I mean, this is kind of good for him. He's back up in the contention spot. Eddie Baker elected to take the inside lane. To take over the next green flag lap. Green flag is on out once again. Eddie Baker up to a strong lead. Gary Smith looking down low, possibly making it 3 wide off turn number 2. Move Eddie Baker, or not Eddie Baker, Gary Smith back all the way up to P number 2. A 2 for 1 in one single corner. Gary Smith has something for the leaders here tonight. He will not be denied. Charles Whitehead having some issues. Going to be down in, I believe, is he in pit lane? Yes, Charles Whitehead is in pit lane. By the track map, looked like he was not in pit lane. I'm going to take this on away. Laps to go. While these drivers are on their next little bit of a green flag run, we're going to go ahead and do our second installment of You Love to Hear It. We'll be right back. another yellow flag involving the number 57 machine. So we're going to go ahead and jump on back over here, see what happens. As that whole run there kind of got a little bit wishy-washy. Mike Allen going into pit lane. Misses pit road entrance. No. He's going to jump to pit lane. Oh, watch Jordan Polley, the number 57 machine. Oh yeah, TJ Hadley right to the back bumper of the number 57 machine. Says, you know what, you're not going to move, I'm going to help you move. Gets him spun back on around. Jordan Polley causing the next yellow flag. And this is going to be very, very interesting here. As drivers going around, going into pit lane, getting everything set up. Gary Smith back there going to start P at number 5. Fresh tires for the number 31, 55, and then Gary Smith. You got old tire front row, new tire for the second row, and on back. Jeff Lemire, Hunter Bogdan, Rogers, Robinson, Allen, and Gillard all out of this race here tonight. Charles Whitehead finally put it behind the wall. Don't believe they're doing a choose rule. As looks like the 19 gonna have to drop down. Only driver that gets to choose is going to be the race leader. That's going to be the 08 of Jay Monin. Coming to the Geico restart zone this time by the 08. Gonna go right off, right at the tip of the green flag. We are back on our way. Jordan Polley getting all sorts of squirrely back there towards the back. Jeff No looking to take away the race lead. He's going to have it going into turn number 3. Gary Smith not having a good restart. He's going to start making his way back up the race track. Mike White immediately loses all those positions that he gained going into pit lane. He's going to drop down low on a Jay Monin move. Gary Smith up to P number 4. TJ Hadley coming out of pit lane. Gary Smith got to play a little bit of catching up here. Got to get around Kevin Coleman, Jeff No, and Eddie Baker to collect that first podium position. For these drivers, 14 laps to go here at Bristol. Gary Smith slowly but surely making his way back up to the top of the leaderboards. Currently running P number 4, 10 laps to go to try and make anything happen. Jeff No with the race lead. Eddie Baker looking down to the inside, looking to take over the race lead. Side by side, that's what Gary wants to see. A little bit of net code between the 55 and the 84. That's going to move the 84 up to the race lead. Gary Smith looking down to the inside. He's going to look for a 2-for-1 into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to get past Jeff No, slide up right in front of him, move Gary back up to P number 3. Jeff No working his way all the way back to P number 4. Gary Smith running that outside, up by the wall, keeping it down there. Jeff No getting in the side of Gary. Going to be able to keep it straight. So Gary with a commanding P number 3. Good run by the number 3 machine. Three laps to go for Eddie Baker up here towards the front. Eddie Baker trying to capitalize and get a race win after it was taken away from him last week. 2 laps to go. Kevin Coleman going to finish in P number 2 with Gary Smith rounding out your top 3. But it's going to be Eddie Baker with the race win here at Bristol. Laps take off so quick, didn't even realize that the race was over. Jeff No coming on up, giving him a little bit of a hard shove there. Let Eddie Baker do his little bit of a burnouts here. While we wait for those drivers, going to go ahead and bring up the race results here for you tonight. Eddie Baker going to be able to get the race win here tonight. Kevin Coleman in P number 2. Gary Smith in a 3rd. Bryson Colwell coming around to finish P number 4. Jeff No finishing in 5th. Justin Potts in 6th. Randy Schuler in 7th. Mike White in 8th. John Sears in 9th. 10th is going to be Jay Monin. 11th is going to be TJ Haley. 12th, Justin Osterman. 13th, Jordan Polly. 14th, Mike Allen. 15th, Jeff Lemire. 16th, Robert Gillard. 17th, Hunter Bogdan. 18th. Or Charles Whitehead in 17th. Hunter Bogdan in 18th. 19th is going to be Curtis Rogers. 20th, Mark Robinson. 21st, Chris Zofield. 22nd, Cliff Corvo. And rounding out your 23 car field is going to be Kerry Cleaver. I'm going to go ahead and look and see if our top 3 have made it to the booth here tonight. As we have not gotten them. Waiting for Gary to pop on in. Give me 1 second. All right, everybody is here. We're going to go ahead and bring in our 3rd place finisher. That's going to be Ari. It's going to be Gary Smith and the number 3 machine. Gary, this is Dylan in the CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Gary. Man, I feel bad for you. I feel so bad for you. I had a rocket ship all night tonight. Had a lap car, do all of that. But nonetheless, still able to come back and finish with the top 3. And I don't know if you watched the broadcast or not, or maybe if you pay attention or listen to them. But there's one guy out there in the broadcast chat that really loves your paint schemes that always wants you to win every single week. That's going to be Barry Kistler.
Barry who? Your mic kind of cut out.
Barry Kistler, he's one of the milestone followers for CRN. Always votes for you to get a win every Tuesday night when I do a broadcast for the Demon Truck Series.
Oh, that's nice. Tell that guy, I don't know if he's still watching or not, DM me, and I can probably get you some merch because I race in real life. And I can probably get you something.
Barry, if you're still watching, let me know. I'll message this guy. I'll get you hooked up, buddy. I got you.
Yeah. But anything for the fans.
Oh, yeah. Well, I might have to get with you on that. I might have to get me a little bit of swag myself. I can hook you up with some CRN merch myself, you know, a little trade.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, a little bit of trade. Get some of my slogans on the back side of that T-shirt, you know. You may never know. You might like it. But, you know, just kind of walk me through how your Bristol race went here tonight. I mean, obviously you had the car to beat there towards the beginning of the race. And then it seemed like people were just getting loose coming up off the corner. Was that just the product of, you know, racing a little bit too hard going through the corners, or was it just just the way that the truck felt.
Well, if you was running flat out like we were for the last 20 laps there, you're going to get loose 15 laps in, and that's what I did, and that's why I lost a whole bunch of ground. But the whole week in practice, I was practicing for long run, and right there before that last caution came out, I was reeling in whoever that was. But that was a really good race. I don't really think anybody knew who was going to win at any point until 5 to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was just, that's the way racing ought to be. That's that slogan for Bristol. I didn't mean to do that, but that's the way racing ought to be. That was, everybody was up fighting, except for I don't know what that lap car was doing. But besides that, I felt like everybody was clean in this race. Everything was good. It was just a good race. I wish it could be like that every week.
Oh, yeah, obviously Bristol being, Bristol, and Bristol things happen. But nonetheless, like you said, it was a fairly clean race. Everybody was having fun out there. You ended up doing what you needed to do to get yourself back up to the top where you wanted to be at. Obviously, it's not a win what you wanted, but, you can regroup, scratch your head, come back out next week, and try to battle for that race win next week.
Yeah, that's a plan. I suck at Texas, but we'll see where I run.
Well, I run open setups for Team Conti and all that stuff, so I do all the truck side of stuff. So if you ever need some help, you hit me up. I love running the trucks. I can help you get around Texas here once we get to it. So if you ever need some help with Texas, I can be your man to help you out.
All right, yeah. I got like freaking 3 people that just tell me how to run Texas. I'm going to listen to all of them. It'll suck.
Yeah, Texas is one of those things where it's like a backwards Kentucky. Like turn 1 and turn 2 is like turn 3 and 4 of Kentucky, where turn 3 and 4 of Texas is like turn 1 and 2 of, I don't know. It's absolutely weird, but nonetheless, still ends up making it work the way that it needs to do. But Gary, before we let you get on out of here, celebrate that 3rd place finish. Is there anybody on that number 3 machine you'd like to give a shout out to? The floor is yours.
All right, thank you. Boone Tractor, obviously. They, in real life, it's Franklin County Speedway, Stock 4. That's I run down there. They sponsor me. They're on the hood. Orders, that everything. They're good people. Good cheap tractors, last you forever. Sync Septic. They're, if you live around like southwestern Virginia, they can hook you up with anything to do with septic tanks or plumbing or anything like that. Nukem Simulation. They're not on the car. I'm around with our real sponsors. They're really high quality insulation. That you get what you pay for with insulation, so definitely go with Nukem. Main Street Tire. There might be on the truck. I don't know. If you're in Roanoke, Virginia, they're cheap tires. You stop by there, you ask for a tire, they can get it on 20 minutes. It's in and out. Then Trader Jerry's. They are store and website for guns, firearms, anything from home defense, hunting to just if you want to pop a few holes on a target, they got everything you need for all that. And that's all the sponsors I got right now.
All right, Gary. Well, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that 3rd place finish here tonight. And next week, we'll be seeing you out here on the track as we invade Texas. But from myself up here on the CRN broadcast booth, congratulations on a well-deserved P number 3, and we'll be talking to you again next week.
Sure.
All right, that's going to do it for our 3rd place finisher. We're going to go ahead and move up to our 2nd place finisher. That's going to be Kevin Coleman. Kevin, this is Dylan in the CRN broadcast booth to get a copy.
Yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear.
There we go. Now we got the audio fixed there for you. I jumped down there to the waiting room. I could hear that you couldn't hear anybody else, but we could all hear you. But thankfully, we got that all figured out. But man, how about Bristol? Are you glad it's over, or do you want to run another 175 laps?
Well, we ran 170 laps in practice, so I think I'm done for today. But it was fun. Got a little frustrating in the midpoint. I was listening to Eddie on pitting or not pitting, and that one weird caution, and I thought we made a mistake there, but it worked out.
Yeah, ended up working out there towards the end of your race there. You kept your car, you kept your truck. I don't know why I keep calling it a car, but you kept your truck up where it needed to be, and you just kept it to right where you wanted it at, and that was up towards the front. You wanted to stay up on that high side, which you ended up doing. You kept it up on the high side just to get the momentum coming up off the corners and wherever else you needed to go. But nonetheless, definitely going to be a fun race next week as we hit Texas Motor Speedway. What's your thoughts about that?
We'll see when we get there. I don't know. I gotta sleep on this one for 24 hours, and then I'll do a couple practice runs at Texas. So we'll figure it out when I get there. I'm not thinking about it right now, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, some drivers don't, some drivers do. This is something that a lot of different other people do. But, one great race here tonight, finishing a P number 2. But, Kevin, if there's anybody on that 000 machine you'd like to give a shout-out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, as always, Star Hill Brewery, keeping the beers cold. And, congrats to Eddie, my teammate. I wish that I could beat him, but maybe next week.
All right, buddy. We're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that second place finish here tonight, and we'll be talking to you again next week.
Appreciate it. See you next week.
All right, that's going to do it for our second place finisher of Kevin Coleman. Now we're going to make our way up to the number 84 machine. That's going to be Eddie Baker. Eddie, this is Dylan Sierra broadcast booth. You get a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me make sure that the broadcast is going right now. I'm just kidding, man. The broadcast has been up this whole entire time. It's not like last week. But anyways, you finally get yourself one. You finally get put back into victory lane here tonight. Able to go down and get the race win. Man, oh man, how much did you want that race to be over as soon as you took the lead? Or did you guys want another long green flag run like what you had before the 3 got involved with the number 57 there late in the run?
Well, my truck was pretty good on the long run all night long. That's kind of what I set it up for. Kind of hard to get stage wins because the stages are so short compared to the length of the races for some reason. So, I mean, I always try to look forward to stage 3, but it definitely picked up in the long run. And I thought we were going to get a caution there, but there was quite literally a truck parked in the center of the turn, and the leaders came up on it and had to split it, and there was no caution for that. So, I mean, we could have got a caution a few laps sooner than we did, but it ended up working out. Got the tires, got the strategy, and the rest is history for that.
Hey, you ended up doing what you needed to do to get the race win here tonight. Obviously, you got to take it away from you last week, but you ended up getting it this week. Now on to Texas. I mean, obviously, you know how you want to set up the car for what you plan on doing, long run, short run, whichever one you want to go for. But other than that, what's it going to be like for next week at Texas for you and that number 84 machine?
Texas has been typically one of my better tracks. At a different league, we just raced it in Gen 4, and on the long run, I absolutely crushed it and ended up walking away with like a 9-second lead. But we'll get to that point when we get there, and we'll see what we have in practice and try and keep it up front. I'm sure there's a couple of enemies after tonight. I know the 55 seems to not be too happy with me, but I didn't really do anything to him. I entered in the middle of the track there in the corner, and he entered high and tried to come low and came across my nose, and he went from the lead to third. But then, I wasn't even the one that finished him off. He got taken out somewhere along the lines and ended up further back than that. So, I got to watch out for a couple of people, but I guess if I keep ahead of them and I'm leading the race, I guess I don't have to worry too much, right?
Yeah, and not gonna lie, watching it from the broadcast perspective, it looked like a little bit of netcode, like how iRacing is. You've been around iRacing for a little bit, so to me it looked like netcode. Like you were already committed to that bottom lane. He tried to coming down and just, I don't know. I guess he thought he was clear. He tried to pull a Steven Assi on Gio Ruggiero, but either way, bumping is racing. Temper's going to flare, especially at a short track. He probably gave you his best Denny Hamlin impression. That's just short track racing. But, nonetheless, Eddie, you come out here. You were able to get the race win here tonight. But before I let you get on out of here and celebrate that race win, if there's anybody on that number 84 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, well, I want to start off with saying so far every race I've raced in this league, I've led at least one lap, so I'm trying to keep that streak alive. But I want to shout out Sullivan Tire and Automotive for taking care of the truck for me, being the title sponsor. Also CarQuest, I have a good relationship with a local CarQuest. They take care of us a little bit too. They are painted on here. Huge shout out to my girlfriend Peyton, who's watching this tonight. She was the first one to text me and said she saw the win and watched your broadcast, so that's sweet. And hopefully we can go out to Texas and put on a good show and come on with another one.
Yeah, definitely going to be something fun here to watch. And congratulations for a job well done. Finally got it done this week. And can't wait to see what you do next week at Texas there, Mr. Eddie.
Yeah, absolutely. Win number 2 on the season and also another WFO team 1 and 2 finish.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you and Kevin, teammates, finishing 1-2 here tonight. So congratulations for a good team effort here tonight. And we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that race win, go make up to the girlfriend, give her some time. And we'll be talking to you again next week.
Sounds good, buddy. Thank you.
That's going to do it for our race winner here tonight. It's going to be Eddie Baker in the number 84 machine. Well, that's going to do it for myself up here in the broadcast booth for CRN. 2 streams up and 2 streams down. Been here for quite some time, but want to thank everybody out there who has liked, share, subscribed to CRN. Want to thank everybody out there for doing everything that they possibly can to keep us in the know and getting us to where we need to be. We have eclipsed our 1,000 subscriber mark. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody out there. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, share with your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your mom, or your aunt, your uncle, cousins, a chinchilla, if you got a chinchilla, maybe even a dog, or maybe even your friends at work. But that's going to do it for myself out here for CRN. My name is Dylan McDonald. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.